Bad boys, bad boys. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Welcome to Whitney's Watchlist. Today I'm reviewing Bad Boys for Life. Guys, can we just take a moment for a second though? The first Bad Boys came out in 1995. The second one came out in 2003. And the third has come out in 2020. This film, this sequel, or this movie trilogy has now been out for 25 years. So if you didn't know that, let's just take that in for a second. Now, I didn't rewatch the first or the second one, but growing up, I've seen both of those films multiple times. You know, it's funny, it's action-packed, it's kind of just what you expect. You know, it's a good, entertaining action film featuring Black actors. So, Bad Boys for Life was directed by Adil, Arbi, and Bilall, Fallah. Clearly, I need to be of some descent to get any success in Hollywood because these names still. And starring obviously Will Smith and Martin Lawrence, and a lot of other actors too, like Alexander Ludwig, Vanessa Hudgens, Charles Melton, Paola Nunez, and a few other people I'm not mentioning right now, but you know, main stars Will and Martin. So Bad Boys for Life is pretty much about Mike Lowrey and Marcus Burnett, who are at the end of their time with the police academy. The movie starts with us getting a glimpse into kind of where they are in life right now, which is Marcus is becoming a grandfather, his daughter just had a baby, and Will's character, Mike Lowrey, is kind of still doing his own bachelor thing. Well, I don't want to, because I don't think this was in the preview. I'm not gonna ruin it. A big event happens, okay, that makes Mike Lowrey want to get revenge. And Marcus is really just trying to be in retirement and chill the fuck out. So it's kind of that push-pull where they're at different stages of their life and how it affects their relationship and their partnership, how they end up having to come together anyway, really because out of love for one another. But with all of that, there's obviously so much action in the mix. I think I love how it opened with a really good, I can't even call it a racing scene because they weren't chasing anybody, but they were really just trying to get to the hospital. But it was an amazing scene of just Will just in this Porsche just whipping around Miami. Probably was definitely a professional driver, but it was just a great way to open the film and just kind of put you in the world of this is about to be a ride, okay? And from that scene, you're kind of drawn into the drama really quickly. This story kind of just from there takes off. There's no dragging. You kind of get to it pretty quickly on what the film's about and what's going to be driving the film. This is a spoiler, okay? Mike gets injured, and at one point he's in a wheelchair, and he just gets up, and it's supposed to be this big moment, oh yay, he got up. But then from that moment on, it was he was fine. You never saw him in a wheelchair again from that moment. It was he went from slowly recovering to I'm fine, and it's wait, what? But it didn't really matter. The story kept moving, so you just kind of went with it. I don't want to give too much away if you haven't seen it, so I'm gonna skip over some of my notes. I really do love the montage between Mike and Marcus. Marcus is fully comfortable in retirement, whereas Mike is about to hit the town, and it's a really great juxtaposition of how both of them are getting ready for their day. It was so funny. The movie itself was funny. I felt it was funny. The jokes were kind of corny, but they made you laugh anyway. I think that the trilogy aged well. I think that the movie allowed Will and Martin to be older, and also for their characters to be older, but for them to still have that same great banter. And I think the biggest thing is that Martin Lawrence's character, Marcus, is just a lot chiller than he used to be. So it's really nice seeing that change of life for him and how he kind of counters Mike or Will. There isn't a whole lot to say about this film. It's pretty much everything you want in an action film. It's colorful, it's lively, it's got a bunch of those ridiculous action scenes that really could never happen in real life. It has a lot of what I described to my boyfriend as Arnold Schwarzenegger moments. things that are just so obscene and so ridiculous but happen anyway, but you kind of just enjoy it because it's just a good action film. And it's funny, and I laughed like a lot. And not just me, the theater was laughing. Like, I wasn't just laughing by myself because I normally do that. There is a cliffhanger. I will say there is a cliffhanger. I don't know if that means that Will and Martin are gonna be in it again. If I had to put money on it, I would bet that Martin Lawrence is not gonna be in whatever is to come next. If there's another movie to be made, I don't think Martin will be very involved in it. But he might be, I don't know, who knows? The reason why I enjoy Bad Boys so much is because there aren't a lot of big action films like this with a huge budget like this, with a lot of grandeur that star African-American leads. That's not a Marvel or a DC project. You know, all of these comic book films are getting a lot of attention right now because they're popular, why not? But we don't have a lot of original, big blockbuster projects, action movies like this that are starring Black leads. So for that reason, I appreciate this film, which is why I wanted to go see it. I wanted to support it. And it was well done. It wasn't like Sylvester Stallone trying to like redo Rambo. It was not like that at all. It was well done. It was definitely well done. With that, this is a must-see. This is definitely a must-see. I think if you're into action films and you've liked the previous Bad Boy films, you're gonna enjoy this. You're gonna appreciate the history and the things that they kept genuine and the cast that they have managed to keep on. So if you have seen it or are going to, let me know what you think. And that's all I have to say about it.